I do like that hoes.
I made a video, as you see here. I had a video recorded of me using Packet Tracer and setting up a network as a as an experiment, I guess, for when I go out when we go deploy, and I got to set up that a network. So here, I recorded it and we started working my way through and like talking, and I guess the program I was using didn't record the sound properly. So I'm gonna run through it as I had. And so we begin. First thing first, I was putting the routers out. Put the 3 routers out, 4 routers, one for Nipper. The first one is for Nipper, second one's for Sipper, third one's for Mr. Secret. This is the black core router. And then I put a switch, 2 switches for each one. One is for the A-lock, one's for the COC for each network. And each of these, the A-lock and the COC is each one is a different location. And there's going to be computer. In real life, we have like 20, there's going to be like 20, 30, 40 computers and like 10, 15, 20 phones connected to each switch in each different location for each network. So we're going to have 3 switches in one, and the A-lock, 3 switches in the COC, one for each network in each location. So that's why there's 6. But for teaching purposes, I'm going to use 3 computers and one VoIP phone. And as you see, and then and the main in our tent where our gear where like the network's gonna be based out of, we have the Nippers, Sippers, mid secret router, and each one with a switch with it. We have an LSM and 2 Wisdoms. LSM has a switch and a router. The Wisdoms have just a router. So we got a LEM with it, which is just a switch. But each one, yeah. So that's why there's the third switch. And then I add the computers, phones to each one. And I don't record through all of it. I'm not gonna record me doing the whole thing. I'm gonna start it off doing 1 or 2 examples, and then I'm gonna stop recording, and I'm gonna do it, and then show you how the end result. And then here I connect each one. I use the port of the phone or computer connected to each fast Ethernet port. So 1 through 4 on the switch. And I do that all the way through, and then I show you that it's all done. You see how the green lights are connected? That just means that the computer is plugged into the phone, or the computer is plugged into the switch. It doesn't mean it's connected and configured, because it's not configured. And then I rearrange it. I show, as you see here, that one, and then there is the whole IP network of each is the IP scheme of each network. And now then I was gonna go configure each phone and the computers for the I give each one an IP, some of them has default gateway based off of the network, but it's based off of the VLAN. The VLAN IP, the VLAN network is not gonna be shown. It's a smaller network within the whole actual network. But that's what I'm gonna do next, and then that was it, and then I was gonna figure it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So as you see here, that's what it is. I named each thing. I was gonna name the computers by the IP, but I see no point. So I'm just gonna put them in there with time. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and then we will get back. As you see right here, this is what it's gonna look like. So in real life, the Nipper router connects to the black core router, but the Mr. Secret and the Sipper router, we have a TAC lane, a KG, which the Sipper plugs into the plain text side of it, and then the Cyber text of the KG plugs into the black core router. Black core router goes to either to a VSAT or a Whipple or whatever. But this program, or at least this version of Packet Trace, doesn't have KGs, doesn't have VSATs, or fucking any of the good shit. So I gotta, and then there are layer 3 switches, which are these, which you can do IP routing and inter VLANing and shit. Where is it? Right here. This is useless because the fucking routers don't have enemies, so I can't sub interface, so it doesn't even fucking matter. So this ain't even realistic. I'm not gonna need all these switches in real life. These 3 switches will be gone, and these switches will just connect to the enemy, which is the little mini switch in the router. But since we don't got that, we gotta do more work. So I'm gonna add IPs to each of these computers. So I added IP addresses, default gateways, and subnet mask to each computer. I was gonna add one to the phones, but they automatically come with an IP address that I did not know. So yeah. So next we're gonna add what you call it, some serial ports to each and turn it off. We're gonna add serial ports to each thing so that the routers can talk to each other. Because these, you gotta turn it off when you have to, because these routers don't have serial ports. Because the routers and switches on this version of this program are outdated. And again, I forgot to turn it off. And I should probably turn it back on too. And now we're gonna connect the switches. Gigaport. I like Gigaport 00. Hmm. Actually, we're gonna have to add. We're gonna do Gigaport 002 to Gigaport 002. I like those ports. I like Gigaport 02 because that's the main one we'll be using and when we're actually doing ops. Each one, and then that's the switches to the routers. Now we're going to do routers to routers. Serial port 000 to, let's say, 000. Oops, I didn't see that. That was never to router. I wanted 000 to fucking 001, 000. Actually, let's do that. Undo. We're gonna do 000 to 000, 000 to 0001, 000 to 00010. Bam. Oh yeah, we gotta connect. And then also it'll be Fast Ethernet 24, 24. Oops, let's do 24, 23. These are gonna be trunk ports. So you can see them all. It'll be 24, 23, 24. And then go all the way back to this one. This so right now nothing's configured. But as you can see, it takes a lot of fucking cabling just to get everything fucking connected. Now imagine this with fucking 150 computers, 100 phones. Yes, that'll be fun. And so next, we will configure, let's say, I want to say the routers. We'll start with the routers first. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna turn the port of the switch connected to each router on, and then I'm gonna configure the router. So add a host name to everything, host name, nipper, switch. We're going to do int gig 0/2 no shut. And conft hostname seperate switch and gig no shut hostname snipper alloc and conft hostname nipper coc. And you can see all the line protocols. That means all the computers are connected to the switch. Hostname nipper. And they're connected. And since there's no VLANs on it, they're just anything can connect through it. Just because it's just being plugged in, anything can connect through it. And but we'll be adding a VLAN. And since you can't do internet, inter VLAN, we won't add more than one VLAN than which we normally do, one for users, one for voice. And conft host. And I said I wasn't gonna run through this each single one, but because they're easy to run through, I guess I will for this. And I kind of lost track of what I was doing. Alloc, oops, ms coc. Okay, so let's go into the routers now. And it automatically didn't let me configure, so host name, nipper, switch. Oops, nipper router. Oops. And for experimental purposes, we'll just, what is it into? Plug into G2. We'll add an IP on the same fucking VLAN. IP add. Let me go back through my diagrams real quick. 137, not 233, not 177, not. Got 10. Fuck it. Oops, forgot to set the mask. And then we'll do the same thing with this one real quick. Oops, I wasn't done with that. Int. What's the serial port on this? And because these are all gonna be on the LAN router, and serial 0/0/0 is gonna be a different IP schema. 10.102.2. Space 17. We'll stay. We'll start off with 10. Oops, forgot to mess again. We'll put it. I'm gonna put it at. Nah, we'll put it at 240. Fuck off, since you made me already do it. Int G0/2 IP add. Yeah, port's still down, so I remember adding them up. I don't know why the first one didn't let me choose the freaking continual configuration because I was going to do that, but whatever. Host name, mid secret, router. I missed a 2.5. Yeah, dude. I want to make sure that I put this IP right. There we go. And we got a line protocol. Tight. So that means it's all connected so far, but I actually will ping in it to make sure. Now let me turn that one on. No shut. And it won't go up until I configure the black core router. But for now, we'll make sure it's on. For now, it'll be down because I decided not connected. But if it wasn't even configured properly, it would be administratively down, shut down. Oh, bitch, shut up, bitch. All right, we on. Oh, now we wait for the bitch soon. And now since we did IP.11, 12, 13, this one will be 14, 15, 16. I remember the ports. 0, 0, 0, 0. I should have done 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, but whatever. No. And usually you add a username and a password. I'll do it on this one just to show you. Username, Jordan.cologne, secret. I don't even know this command will work. Gang, gang. It worked. So if you would exit, now it's probably for a password. Bam. Okay. Da 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 da. And 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, no shut. IP add 10.102.2. That was at 10, 11, 12.13, 2.5, 2.5 to 240. Ooh, we missed it 2.5. What exit? 11, 12, 13, 14. Wrong. I put the wrong IP on this one. Let me see them real quick. So PC can connect to the. So more or less, right now, everything it can connect, as you can see. PC to the Nipper router, PC to the PC all the way down here, and that goes on all sides. PC to the zipper router, PC to this piece to the phone. Oh, I can't connect to the phone. I ain't gonna figure the phone yet. I forgot. PC to PC, and same thing on this side. And we didn't configure the switches yet. There's nothing on the switches, and that'll play with it later because we gotta add a VLAN. PC to fucking router. Oh, I already did that. Let's do PC to PC. Bam. But because the black core router is not configured, we cannot. So we gotta do that next. So I've been playing with it, and so we can see computer can touch to the connecting router, router can touch to the router, snipper can touch the black core. Now how we usually have it is we have a TAC lane instead of a router connecting to the black core router, and because of that, we each IP next to the interface would be different. Or no, each TAC lane would be connected to a switch in the end. So I think that's what I gotta do. So I fucked up there. So I gotta do that. I just realized that. I was confused out before, but let's zoom out. Let me bring all this shit down. Okay, let's zoom back out. And that switch will be connected to the VSAT. So the nipper usually connects to the black core, and then the black core will connect to the router. So let's just instead of doing that, we'll say fast Ethernet 2. Why? Oh, oops. So let's do port 1 to the switch, and we'll do port 1 to the switch. Oops, I want that to be to number 2. And we'll build a port. And this we usually call a gray switch. And usually it's not the route, it's not all three routes, it's just the nipper router connected to the black core. And then the two TAC lanes either connect to the black core or the switch. Or all three will be to the switch, black core and the two TAC lanes. Seeing as we don't got TAC lanes, the three interfaces on each interface on each router that will be connected to the black core, they're usually on the same. The interface is on the same IP network. It's like 10.102 the same LAN, and that's why we keep getting this error 10 is overlapping with 0001 because it's already on that IP of 10.102.2. And usually the TAC lanes are on the IP of the network, like 22.113, 29.244. Now, seeing as though we can't put them all on the same network because they're going to overlap, we got to add a gray switch, in which in real life we don't do it. But yeah, so here we are. We got to add one, even just so that everything connects to each other. 3.0.1.3, no shut. And now we got to add a. Now I believe here we can add the IP address. And then we gotta turn the port back on. I'm pretty sure that's why it's off. And 0.0.0, no shut. Oops. If I remember right, it's supposed to be One second. So right now I'm turning the ports on. I'm winging this right now as I want to test something. And we're going to do. And seeing as it's 3 different networks, I do not think that everything is going to be able to connect through. That's why. And that's where we're going to need VLANs once we want to connect. We want to connect everything. That's where we're going to need VLANs. I think that's where we'll stop for now. That'll be the next video. Then we're going to need VLANs once we want all 3 networks to connect to each other. For now, main purpose was to get everything in each specific network to connect to each other. All the end devices you can connect to their router, their specified router. Yeet. Here at 12. What 12 fell? Why didn't that IP fit? Shit. 97, 196. Forgot to add IP. And now they should be able to connect. And then Nipper router can connect to the serial because it's by serial port and vice versa. And if we would do a single connection like here to here instead of those two, or this to this instead of for one serial port, it would connect. Now because we're trying to connect 3 separate networks, this little fucking switch is gonna need to be involved. And that's where we're gonna have to add VLANs if we want to connect all 3 networks to the end goal of Black Core of this computer wanting to talk to this computer. And because of that, that'll be a whole nother video